everyone, it's me, Dr. Stacy Betancourt, with another edition of Making Sense with Dr. Stacy. Today, we talk about dealing with disappointment. So here's where I'm coming from. Life is going great. Everything seems to be working seamlessly. Then, without warning, something happens. Now, the degree to which something happens has a small connection to your own personal reactions. And I'm talking about the connection to your overall outlook, how you accept information, how you deal with information. It can really affect how you deal with disappointment. And so here's kind of where I'm coming from. The disappointment and recovery. And I've heard from some people who look at disappointment as completely earth-shattering. It becomes an excuse for everything bad that happens, or even their bad behavior. I've heard people blame a moment in time or a disappointment in time as the excuse for doing things that are just not maybe ethically or socially acceptable. And it's used as an excuse. Oh, it's because of this. And you ask them, well, when did that happen? Oh, it happened, 10, 15 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago. Come on now. Where does it end? So the thing is, I've also worked and seen with others who will go through bigger disappointment, more habitual disappointment. And these people are like, yeah, it happened. Oh, well. And they move on. So it's really your attachment to disappointment really has a lot to do with how you process and accept things that happen. Because, sometimes things just happen. And, we've got to have a little bit of disappointment in order to appreciate the good stuff. That's really kind of how I feel. And if you disagree, let me know. Tell me in the comments. Let's talk about that. But my feeling is that the level of disappointment comes from how badly, for me, this is my connection. My level of disappointment really balances on how badly I really wanted something, whether it be a job or an opportunity or something. To me, the not getting or being declined has a lot to do with how badly I wanted something. Now, some of us may feel the same way. So, and I think that would be truly fairly common. Now, certainly, I don't want to say that's the norm because it can be different for each person. So again, if you have something, drop it in the comments. I'd love to talk to you about it. But what I'm thinking of here is knowing your comparisons and how you deal with disappointment. And like for when it happens, for example, is it okay to your reaction time? Is it okay to feel happy? Is it okay to feel sad? Is it okay to express anger, frustration? Honestly, do you think it's okay? And I'm going to say yes to a point. And the importance I really want to emphasize here is how long are you holding on to the emotional response? Because how we deal with disappointment is an emotional response. So again, it kind of goes back. How many years, months, days, hours are you holding on to the emotion associated with the disappointment? And truly, are you being fair to yourself by holding on to something and using it as your excuse for the next 10 years, 15 years, 20 years? And I've seen that. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's not healthy. Now, do you need processing time? Again, it depends on the severity. But if you're holding on to something and then using it as an excuse for other things, we need to talk. We really need to talk because that isn't healthy and that isn't fair to others. So, and don't get me started on the life isn't fair. Okay, let's just talk about that. So, getting back on this, um, the level of disappointment truly does kind of relate to how much you want an event. How stuck are you on that? And are you moving forward? Because that's the whole point. I like to look at everything in life as a lesson. Things didn't go right. Okay, what am I supposed to get here? What am I supposed to understand? Learn it and then move forward. That's the difference. So knowing how to move forward. And if you're getting kind of stuck on that, let me know. We can talk. I can work you through that. So it's the understanding of the emotions associated with the disappointment. It is looking at how that affects you and most importantly, your quality of life, because doesn't everyone deserve a good quality of life? And the answer to that is yes. And if it's prohibiting you from having that, again, we need to talk. So the thing is that I want you to be able to evaluate the disappointment that's happening in your life, figure out where it went wrong, understand the lesson. What are you supposed to gain from this? And if you're not sure, again, let's talk because I can help you through that. And that's kind of what I do as a coach. So the idea is moving forward. If you can't move forward and it's keeping you from living the quality of life you deserve, then you really do deserve to have happiness. And yes, there's going to be disappointment, but it doesn't have to be the center of your life. Okay. So, where are you able? When are you able to learn and move forward from the disappointment? And that's really what it comes down to. It's being able to learn, listen, feel, process, then move on. So, that's where it's at this week. Remember, treat yourself with grace. Sometimes it's hard when you're right in the middle of it. So that's when you want to reach out to someone and get that help you need to help you live your best life. Because your life's a journey. I'm on a journey. You're on a journey. We're all on different journeys. And the idea is treat yourself with grace, treat others with grace, because we don't know what they are going through. And I make you a challenge this week. Step out of your comfort zone. Be nice to 5 people that you wouldn't even normally acknowledge and see what happens. Try it. Let me know what happens. So for now, this week, this is Making Sense with Dr. Stacy, and I will see you next week. Take care, everyone.